Hi guys, happy Wednesday. Okay, so I wanted to come up here and give you the number one best advice, best tip I can give to anybody trying to grow their business, okay? You have to get out of your own head. You have to get out of your own way, okay? I know you've probably heard that before, but you really do have to, number one, get out of your head and get out of the bubble that you created for yourself. And number two, you have to believe that that great things can come from this business. You have to believe in yourself. You have to be your biggest supporter, your biggest cheerleader. You really do. So I had a teammate, I was reaching out to some of my new teammates and just asking them like, hey, how are you doing? Have you gotten any sales? Stuff like that. And I specifically asked if they've used, the coupons that they got, if people have claimed them already. And one of my girls was saying that she basically feels stuck. She doesn't know how to reach out to people and how to let them know like what's going on and how to communicate basically. And that is something that so many people struggle with. I myself even struggle with that sometimes, especially early on when I first became a consultant. It was hard to figure out how to reach out to people without feeling spammy or salesy or annoying. And listen, when you are feeling that way, it's all in your head, okay? Nobody is going to think you are annoying. And if they do, you're probably going to have the random people that might think you're annoying. I don't know. Who cares? Who cares? Do you feel annoying if you were at your 9 to 5 doing your job? Do you feel like you're annoying? Let's say you work at a doctor's office and you're a receptionist. Do you feel annoying when you're checking that patient in? No, because it's your job. So think of it that way. Scentsy is your job. Yes, it might be a hobby for you, or it might be a second job for you. It might be that little side hustle, side business for you. It is still a job. Your job, our job as consultants, is to simply share and tell people what we have to offer. Share about our products, share about the sales we have going on, share about the specials you're doing, share about the product. Did I already say the products? Probably did. My brain is, listen, since becoming a mom, my brain is just crazy. Okay, it just spins in a circle basically. Our job is to share, and it's their job to take that information you are giving them and run with it, okay? Our job is to simply share. That's it. So I am going to challenge you guys. If you struggle with coming up with what to say, I told one of my girls simply think about what would you tell your friend if you were telling them about a sale or a product that you found at, I don't know, Walmart or Target or Hobby Lobby. Think of it that way. Talk to your customers, talk to your potential customers like you would your best friend. That's how I talk to people. I talk to people like I would call my best friend, or I'd call my mom. I'd call my mom and say, hey mom, there's a warmer that reminds me of you. It looks like something you have in your house already. Tell me you're a millennial without telling me you're a millennial using this. They don't use that anymore. They do this. Anyway, squirrel brain, like I just told you guys. Talk to your people like you would your friend. That's it. If something reminds you of somebody, tell them. We cannot expect everybody to see our Facebook post and to support us and to go and shop our sites. We can't expect people to see our Facebook posts, okay, or our posts on social media. I cannot tell you how many times I have come across a friend or somebody I know in public somewhere, and I'll ask them how they're doing, or I don't know, ask them a specific question. And they're like, oh, I put it on Facebook. And I'm like, okay, well, just because you put it on Facebook doesn't mean that I saw it, because I didn't see it. And the amount of times I post to Facebook, you guys would probably think that I see everything, and I don't. Even in this specific group, there are times where I don't get the notification. Let's say Katie tags me or a teammate tags me in this group today. There are a lot of times I don't even get that notification until 2 weeks later. Literally 2 weeks later. Okay? So the algorithm, especially on Facebook, is just insane, honestly. It's wild. It's all over the place. There's no rhyme or reason for it. There's no it doesn't make sense to me. Like, why would I get a tag 2 weeks later? But it happens all the time. Katie tells me all the time it happens to her. A lot of my teammates tell me it happens to them. So a lot of times when I see things are happening, it's just because I happen to scroll past them, not because the algorithm is like pushing it out. And I will say, Facebook parties right now, I have done probably like 4 or 5 Facebook parties over the last month, and they are getting zero interaction. Zero interaction, even with people in the group. There could be 20, 30 people in the group that said yes to joining the group, but they are not seeing the post in the groups. So I don't know what's going on, but Facebook group parties, they're not working right now. So we're gonna have to figure out another way. So that's a prime example right there that your person said yes to being in the group that you invited them to. You're sharing about the products, but they're not seeing it. So how are they supposed to know? So one-on-one communication is so important, especially if you really are trying to grow your business. You have to get out of your comfort zone, okay? If you are struggling with finding words, like I said, pretend that you are talking to, I'm not trying to do that, pretend that you are talking to a friend, pretend you're talking to a family member, and just be yourself. It doesn't have to be this long, drawn-out, salesy text message or message period. It could be literally super short and simple. Hey Sarah, I was looking through the products that are on sale this month. In case you didn't know, I know you love X, Y, and Z. Let's say, I don't even know what scents are leaving. Off the top of my head, I don't. Watermelon tangerine. Is it leaving? Not really sure, but I would guess it is. All right, so here's like an example of a text I would send out to my customers. You can pull reports for this, but only if you have a history, like if you're not a new consultant and you have the history of, let's say you were with us last spring, summer, then you can pull reports and find people who have purchased this product, okay, that are leaving. Let's say watermelon tangerine is leaving. I'm gonna say, I see Whitney's name. Hey Whit, watermelon tangerine is leaving this month. Just want to let you know, either stock up right now, it's 10% off, or you can add it to Scentsy Club and always get my bar for the wax. Super short, simple, sweet, to the point. If they don't respond, they don't respond. Life is life, okay? I can't tell you how many times I open up a text and I forget to respond to it, or I open up a text and I read it and it's just not important to respond to. That's fine. Don't get upset with your people if they're not responding to you. Like, I can promise you, all of us have been guilty of not responding to a text. Either it's not important to us right now or we truly forget. But our job as the consultant is to simply share what's happening. We can't control what happens with that information after we share it. Our job is to just share it. And I promise you, the more you share it, the more you're consistent with it, the more people are going to be interested, okay? And the statistics might have changed a little bit on this. I haven't looked into it in a while, but at one point when I was looking into statistics, it would take someone roughly 7 times to see something before they would act on it. Meaning, it could take someone 7 times to see your Instagram post or your Facebook post or your Instagram story before, or an ad just in general, to go and click that ad to look at it. For example, actually, a prime example today, I have been seeing this ad come up on my Instagram, and yeah, it's mainly on my Instagram, I think, about like this workout app or something. It has been popping up on my Instagram every single day, if not multiple times a day. And it has like caught my eye many, many times. But today specifically, I haven't, but I almost went and clicked on it to see how much is the pricing, what does it entail, how long are the workouts, what are the results, X, Y, and Z type of thing. And that's because I've seen it probably at least 7 times, if not more at this point. So that's just a prime example. Think about, okay, how many times have you seen an ad, whatever the case, whatever the ad's for? Did you click on it the first time? Most likely not, unless you were super interested in that product that it was sharing with you, okay? So you have to get out of your head. You have to get uncomfortable. That is the only place growth is going to come from, is from you getting uncomfortable. Honestly, I'm talking to myself right now too, okay? So I actually wanted to talk about this. When I first joined Scentsy, which was almost 8 years ago. Almost 8 years ago, I joined Scentsy. Okay, October will be 8 years. Wild. And before I joined Scentsy, I had never been live in my life. Never went live on social media, never posted videos. The most I would post were pictures, okay? Katie Lassiter told me to go live on Facebook. She's my sponsor. And I was like, funny, so funny, so funny. Well, I ended up going live on Facebook, and honestly, getting out of my comfort zone, I remember my voice shaking. I remember my mind going blank. I was saying the craziest stuff. I literally said, what was it? Snowberries smelled like snow and berries mix. Okay, great description, Rachel. Great description. And that was a pivotal moment for me because, number one, after I went live, it was probably like a 10-minute live, if that. I realized, number one, nothing bad came from me going live. Number two, I didn't die. Number three, people were actually interested in what I was sharing. And I got some orders from me going live. And I was like, okay. Well, if I can go live and still be alive after I go live, and I gained a little bit of confidence, I continued to go live and I continued to share on my stories and I continued to share on my profile page. And then I realized, wow, every time I went live, I gained a little bit more confidence. That was the first. Sorry, I think I just heard my baby crying. I put him down in his crib for the first time. He's been in there for 20 minutes, I think. I'm gonna have to go get him in a minute, so let me finish this up. So I gained a little bit more confidence every time I went live or every time I shared something on social media. So you have to get uncomfortable in order to grow, okay? People want to know what you're doing. People are nosy as I don't know what, okay? We're all nosy. We all want to see what everyone's doing. And not to mention, you have people that want to support you. Okay? People want to support you. They don't necessarily want to support Scentsy. There are thousands of consultants they could go and order from. They want to order from you and they want to support you and your family. So the whole point of me going live right now is to hopefully give you some confidence to push yourself out of your comfort zone. Okay? Oh, what I was going to say was when I first joined, I shared and shared and shared and shared. And I grew so fast. I also had people I went to high school with mock me. I had people I went to high school with comment on Facebook posts saying, oh yeah, like she really makes money. Like she really, just basically mocking me and making fun of me for putting myself out there. And then you know what? That same person that mocked me came back and apologized. They came back and apologized. I had another girl who mocked me who ended up joining Scentsy, also apologized. So stop letting the haters and the naysayers and the negative Nancys dictate what you're doing. Who cares? Who cares? You have to put yourself out there if you want to grow. And so lately in the last 2-3 months, 2 months I'd say, I was thinking, okay, how did I see so much growth in the beginning? I can't see any comments, by the way. If you guys are commenting, I'm not ignoring you. That's what Facebook does to me when I go live. I don't know why. But 2 months ago, I was sitting in the nursing chair, nursing my baby, and I was reflecting, okay, what was I doing when I saw an exponential amount of growth in my business in the beginning? I was sharing. I was showing up on all of my platforms, all the ways possible, and I was talking about our product. I was talking about the opportunity. So guess what I did? That's what I did last month. The beginning of last month, when I found out about the $9 joint special, I said, you know what? Your girl is going to start talking about Scentsy. I lost my passion for Scentsy a little bit when I was in the thick of my infertility struggles, and it was just, I had a lot on my mind, which is no excuse, but that's just part of life. Okay, you're going to lose the fire at some point. I promise you. I don't care how on fire you are for something. At some point, you're going to struggle with it. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's called being human. And you have to give yourself grace. But I started talking about it. I started talking about it on my social media. I started talking about it on my stories. I started talking about what Scentsy has done for me, because Scentsy has truly changed my entire life. It has changed my entire life, not only my entire life, my husband's entire life. It has the only reason I am home with my baby on a Wednesday afternoon at 3 months old is because of this business, because it pays my bills. My husband makes great money, but we could not live our lifestyle on just his income. We could not. If I wasn't making the income I'm making with Scentsy, I would have to go back to nursing. And I told myself I am not letting someone else raise my child. I'm not. That's a non-negotiable for me. If Scentsy went away tomorrow, I would figure out how the heck I was going to bring in an income to continue to live the life we're living. I would figure it out. So, with that said, I was like, you know what? I got to get my ass back in gear and I got to start talking about products. Why did I stop talking about the products? I don't know. But I started talking and I saw a huge improvement last month. I had 9 people join between new recruits and reinstatements. Like, I haven't had a month like that in years, okay? So you have to talk. Our job is to literally share the opportunity, share the product, and let everybody else make whatever decision after that, okay? So you can do it. You have to be your biggest supporter. I promise you, you can do it. You can do it. And I'm cheering for you. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Give me some grace with responding. I'm doing the best I can. I'm in a new season where I'm trying to balance motherhood. I think he went back to sleep. Balance motherhood, my business, taking care of a house, being a wife, being a friend. Gosh, my dogs. Yeah, keeping the house clean. Grocery. I'm trying to figure it out, okay? But you guys got this, and I'm cheering for you. And I hope that this live helps you.